Hey everybody, this is Kara Nicole, AZ Power Girl, and I am coming to you again. Instead of an unboxing, I'm trying something new, and I've done this a few times, and usually they're pretty frightening. I showed you the first time using a bidet. I showed you the using an old-timey safety razor, which I believe I still have. I did not get tetanus, so that's cool. So today I'm going to try something super new. This is the Love and Pebble micro needle DermaRoller. So this is pretty terrifying. It does come with these extra needle packs. Cha-cha! And it's got 4 total. So this is what it comes with. This is the 0.25 millimeter. I want you to be able to see. You really can't. But it's a 0.25 millimeter, and this is the same kind of packaging you would find at a dentist office or at a tattoo shop for putting into the autoclave. This is a standard sterilization packet. It is not brown, and when I worked at a dentist office, we would put these into the autoclave and turn it on, and many times there'd be these brown marks. But maybe they don't burn them like we did. They're also brand new. So I did some research, and we're gonna see how this goes. Are you ready? We're gonna open it up. A friend of mine in Colorado, she started doing microneedling. Now, there are some people that go into doctor's offices to do this, and essentially you've got this guy right here. And there's a button. What's the button for? I think the button is to, okay, so the heads come like that, so they come right off. And you can get different sizes. It's kind of terrifying. I don't know what to think here. The reviews are pretty good, but there was also someone that said that they were not even. I don't even see how you can see these needles to that point. But basically you're going to take this little stabby job and rub it all over your face. So here's the thing. Women in our society will do anything to be beautiful. And if they feel that they cannot be beautiful, then what they're going to do is they're going to make themselves edgy. And they're going to say, oh, I just like this. I like the way that it looks. Sorry about my big goober spitting across the room. I like this tattoo all over my face. It identifies me. No, you're afraid of not being cute and not being pretty, so you would rather go anti-society. At least that's my opinion. Prove me wrong. Tell me what you think. I'm sure there are some people out there that really do feel that they look that way on the inside and they want to express that, but I also see a lot of women who are just insecure, and it's like, you don't realize you're a cute girl. Like, you don't need to be fancy, you don't need to be edgy, just be you. It's okay to be you. But women will do anything to try to stay beautiful and try to be beautiful. Now, I do understand when you have things like scarring. I did have terrible acne as a child, and I was on tons of medications, prescription medications. I could have killed my liver. They were to the point where they were doing blood tests to make sure that my body wasn't completely destroyed just for vanity. And, you know, my parents spent thousands of dollars on treatments and medications and prescriptions and this, that, and the other, and nothing worked. The Retin-A was good. The Accutane, which is the one that'll mess up your liver, that one was a little harder on my body, and it was kind of sad. You know, I think I'm going to move this down just a touch. Okay, that might be a little bit better. Oh, you saw my giant pores. So now more of my face is in the screen. So anyway, they spent a lot of money on these things, and at the end of the day, giving up dairy products saved my skin. And that's just what I recommend trying. And, you know, I don't eat that much cheese. Oh, I don't really drink milk. Okay, but you eat ice cream, you eat cheese. I mean, I was that girl that would go and get the double cheese melt that was like extra large with 2 sides of ranch, and literally it was disgusting, but I ate it and I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I have moved on to new things that do not contain dairy that I love just as much. So, are we ready to try this? Am I going to jam these needles all over my face? All right. My mirror's over here, so please bear with me. I don't know if it's going to hurt. Okay, so I'm being very gentle, and I'm going right on the cheekbone. Feels a little stabby, but you're supposed to, some people do this until they're practically bleeding. Some people do this at the doctor's office or the dermatologist's office until they're practically bleeding. This is my first time. You're supposed to do this about 3 times a week, I think. And it's almost like a little pizza cutter. On the chin, my chin is a little more sensitive. I have heard that anywhere that there are bones are going to be a little more hurty. So you guys are going to stay with me, I hope, for a while and, you know, see how this goes. And I want you to follow me online and after you watch this video and let me know, like, is this working? You know, is it going to get to a point where I'm going to be walking down the street and the truancy officer is going to stop me and say, hey, you need to be in your preschool. Because that's what we're all going for, right? Toddlerhood again. If I could just get back to my birth weight. I was a big old fat baby, by the way. I was a big old fat roly-poly kid. I actually, little TMI here, I could not crawl. I was so fat that I couldn't crawl. I actually rolled. I would roll around the house because I couldn't pull my ass up off the ground to crawl. And that's fine. So maybe I don't want to go back to my birth weight. Maybe I should strive for more than that. And I know some of you out there, no, I'm just making fun of myself. You know, no one should be 8 pounds unless you're an infant. You know, okay, so I don't know if you're supposed to be down to your neck, but I don't see why I wouldn't. So the idea, it feels so weird. The idea behind this is that you're stimulating collagen. And there's been so much talk about collagen over the years. People will eat it. There was, if you look into some of the old plastic surgeries, women would have collagen injected into their lips. They would have it rubbed all over their face. They would take it from placentas. Yes, we did get to the point where we were doing that. For those of you that don't know, there were women, I want to say back in the 20s, and they were hired by the watch factories to take radium and paint radium onto the faces of watches so that they would glow in the dark, and they were assured that what they were doing was safe. They were not just painting this radium onto the watch faces, but they would lick it so that they could get that point on their paintbrush, and then they would dip it in there and then paint the watch face and then lick it again. And it gave them this beautiful glow. And so they would go and they would get their sisters and their friends and their cousins to all go work for these factories because they paid incredibly well. And they were assured it was completely safe. Yet the managers of the companies would come in full suits. Like, they'd be covered up. They would be in those hazmat suits. While they're telling these young ladies that what they're doing is completely safe for them and just fine. And it's pretty horrible. And what happened after a while is these women, their jaws would start to fall off, their teeth would fall out, and all of their bones would disintegrate, and they became puddles. Like, literally, these women became puddles. And the doctors didn't know what was wrong with them, so they listed all of their deaths as syphilis. And none of them had syphilis. So there you go. I want to try to show you. So this is where I have my scar. This is where I did what my parents told me not to do. And that's what happened to me. No, they did not beat me. I was in an accident, and that's what happened. So I will tell you guys more about that later. I'm gonna go a little bit harder here. These are really light, which is good. And I'm gonna have to grab some isopropyl alcohol to sterilize this. And they say you're supposed to change it out every 3 months, and you can get on a program where they'll mail you more. But I'm gonna see how it goes. Like, let's see if I need to order more of these or if I'm just stabbing myself in the face over and over again. So this isn't bad. I think I'm gonna stop there because I don't wanna overdo it. I'm also going to open this box because now, so I've done that, and now what you're supposed to do is move all this crap out of the way. And you're supposed to wash your face with water. Okay, so I rinsed my face off. I grabbed this towel back here. No, I'm not gonna take the one I'm wearing. All right, now I'm patting, because you're supposed to pat. There's like a difference between patting. Like, there's a lot to women's, care. Like, we're supposed to like only wash ourselves with certain things. We're supposed to pat ourselves, not rub. You men, you're used to rubbing. Like, that's what you do. That's how you live, man. So